Hi, welcome to Taste This TV. I'm Chef Joe Ciminera. We have a great show for you here today. Mount Veeder Magic Vineyards. That's right, folks, you heard it. The most unbelievable place that grows incredible grapes that produces more incredible wines. The place is unbelievable, and if I show you the photos, which you'll see in a little bit, you'll be able to see this breathtaking view. But more than that, it's a place where magic happens and artistry, winemaking at its finest is really created.
Mount Veeder Magic Vineyards is especially rare and very treacherous on hillside vineyards. The slopes are very steep, over 30% in some spaces. It's dangerous because the only light they have is the minor lights on their heads and the light of the tractor. The steep slopes do not allow for the large bright mobile lights that some valley floor vineyards are able to use. The reasons they harvest at night are because they make the winemaking process the best, and if it starts the grapes that are cool, it's better that way. Picking in the middle of the night and delivering the grapes at about 7 a.m. is way better in the heat of the afternoon in October. It's better for the vineyard crew, no opportunity for heat stroke. Wasp nests are a big problem. They are most attractive during the day. If disturbed, they can sting everyone as much as 100 times, sending them to the ER. The vineyard has 16 acres of vines, total just under 15 acres of Cabernet Sauvignon and just over 1 acre of Merlot. They use both in their wine. About 8 acres are 33 to 35 years old. The remaining 8 are about 14 years old. They represent a handful of female wine grape growers in the Napa Valley. For a limited time only, Taste This TV's special offer with Mount Veeder Magic Vineyards 2010 to 2015 for their 6-bottle vertical.
Talking about steep slopes and, the ability for light not to be able to hit certain areas. I mean, the science behind what goes on in this vineyard is magical. And I actually stumbled across the product with some friends of mine at the French Laundry when we were sipping that wine, and I could not believe how incredible it was. It's not a $20 bottle of wine, folks. So people who are wine connoisseurs and want the best, which is like many people on Taste This TV who are searching for the best product, like today we'll be using Kobe filet mignons, lobster flamade, top quality products here, along with top wine products. And this company really has it together. Now there's going to be a couple of promo codes that are going to go up in specials from today's show that you can go and try this wine. But it is for the elite palate. It is for people who appreciate winemaking at its best, and I wanted to say that at the beginning of the show. So now to get started, we're going to be doing my combination of surf and turf bouillabaisse. Now, my bouillabaisse is going to be different from the one that you've probably had at home, but if you watch, I guarantee that you're going to like this. So we're going to start off with infused oil. We're going to start off with a little bit of garlic, fresh garlic. And we're going to take the garlic, we're going to throw it in the hot oil like we always do. This definitely looks like an organic garlic. You can always tell the difference between organic and regular. I try to eat organic every moment I can. Your body will thank you for it later down the road. A lot of people think, well, I don't need the organic. Well, let me tell you what they're doing with the pesticides now. They're putting it at the seed level, so you can't get away from the pesticides that are non-organic food. They're creating those GMOs. So do yourself a favor and eat right. So now, we got our garlic in here. It's getting nice to the point where it's going to get brown and everything else. Let's talk about what we have here. We got some petite vegetables here. These are petite vegetables from Fresh Origins. They're located in California, and we got some lobster tail here. Let's open these babies up first. We're going to take them out of the shell. Anytime I've ever played around with lobster, I've always sort of liked to take it out of the shell and do something with it. Unless I'm going to be cooking lobster in clarified butter, that's how I cook my lobster tail. It doesn't hit water. If it's not in a high controlled fat, I don't want it. So we'll take all this lobster tail meat out. And we got one more to go. A lot of people say, yeah, I had a lobster tail, but it was tough. Well, probably the chef put salt in the water. That's the first thing that you don't do with your lobster meat. First thing you don't do. The salt will make the meat very tough. Garlic is doing its thing. Now we got our Kobe. This is Kobe beef, and you can tell it's Kobe beef. Look at the marbling. inside of the beef here. It is simply incredible. It's just like, you can pop it in your mouth now. It's really high quality type of beef, and we're going to be putting that in as well. We're going to take our lobster, we're going to cut our lobster up. We just want big chunks. We're going to play around with this whole dish here. We got a couple of things that are really going to make you go, ooh. Now we got some sunflower oil. We're going to put just a little bit in there. And that's the lemon. I got some lemon zest in there as well. Next, we're going to start with our beef. Lift our pan up so make sure you don't get burned. Start with our beef. We're going to throw our lobsters. This is a quick one-pan cooking, folks. We got a little bit of tansol pepper. Tansol pepper actually comes from India. It's a very rare type of pepper. I only know one person that can get it here. Other than that, I got to go through customs. This is sambalek seasoning. You're going to take 1 teaspoon of that. That's really going to take it to the next level. We have some cream mustard seed with black truffle. We're going to throw that in there. Mustard and black truffles are managed made. You have to know. We got some whole caper berries. Now, you've probably had the smaller capers, the little round ones. It's either in a brine or they're in salt. These are just extra large, full of flavor. We're going to throw them right in there like so. Now we got our petite vegetables. We're going to throw that in there. We can't forget our butter. We're going to throw it out. Now we're just going to let it do its thing. Everything's going to cook now. And we're going to bring it together. Now we're ready to start to really smell some incredible sauces here. A little bit of heavy cream in there, which is going to sort of bring this dish together. Now we're going to let this simmer down, and then we're going to talk about the dish, plate it up with a little bit of toast so don't go anywhere. We're going to take our dish. Now bouillabaisse is a very complicated dish. I like the way I do my version because it comes out exactly the same and it's really easy, as you can see. What we're going to do is put 2 toast points down on the bottom first. And we're just going to, as you can see, everything is really important here, from the micro basil that we've used, from the truffle mustard, even the butter. We don't use, I'm not going to use like any cheap butter. I want top quality, 97% European butter fat. You want a high butter content, which could, because when you're making a sauce like this, what you don't want to happen is it starts to break because there's too much water in with the cream, and that's what they do with cheap butter these days. They try to cut it down. We're not trying to be cheap here. So we're going to move this down. My bouillabaisse is open. I know a lot of times they'll do layer like lobsters, crab and scallops and stuff like that, but I like mine open because I like to see what you're eating, and I think that's, with food in general, you eat with your eyes, but, and plus you want a bouillabaisse sauce which is nice and thick. I mean, if you look at this is a beautiful consistency here. I mean, it's got the right amount of cream, the right amount of butter, and you see these petite vegetables. Beautiful, lobster tail, top quality. Mount Veeder Magic Vineyards is going to pair perfect with this dish. Now you have these little baby carrots as a garnish. We can put them on the top. There you go. I wouldn't change anything with this dish, folks. This is perfect the way it is. Well, thank you for watching this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Thank you, Mount Veeder Magic Vineyards. And they're going to be a little offer here, folks, from their 2010 to 2015, so stay tuned for that. There are no rules of cooking. Certainly when you not have the 5-star bouillabaisse dish that's in front of you now, paired with that incredible wine, I'd say, my friends, this is for members only. Taste this.